think of the Northeast, we think of its forests. We think of upstate New York, Vermont, or New Hampshire. We think of Maine too, but it's Maine's signature coastline that stands out in the minds of most. I was eager to get exploring, but I had one little issue to take care of. And no, it wasn't this tiny but bold camp invader who thought it was invisible if it didn't move. It was something I decided to take care of in Bar Harbor, the largest town and most popular destination on Mount Desert Island. My daughter needs applications filled out. She's getting her first apartment with a couple of friends. Gonna find a cafe, send her the info that she needs from me, and then we'll get on to some exploring. Bar Harbor is certainly everything a postcard-perfect seaside town should be. A destination since the Gilded Age crowd descended in the late 19th century. But Bar Harbor in August suffers from peak overcrowding. So with business done, I headed out of town to the start of Loop Road, along which you can drive to many of the major features of Acadia. I had hopes of hiking the Precipice Trail, one of the more challenging hikes in Acadia, but it was still closed due to peregrine falcon nesting. So instead, I set off along the Otter Cliff Overlook, with its captivating views of the cliffs and tidal inlets. By the way, it seems setting up your tripod on a popular hiking trail is a very good way to meet strangers.
Take your time. I'm getting tired taking pictures.
The bus stop?
I just saw one back there. I don't know about what's up ahead.
After this, I followed the road inland to one of Acadia's most popular hiking areas.
It's later in the afternoon and I'm away from the coast now, hiking along the Jordan Pond trails with views of those intriguingly symmetrical mountains called the Bubble.
It's a cool view, huh? It is a beautiful view.
Chippy. What are you after?
Oh, look at that.
You got something.
That's a squeeze, huh? This is a view so far. Getting up there.
After a short but very steep ascent, we've made it to the top of the Bubbles. This is called balanced rock for obvious reasons. The literature says it was left here by the glaciers right on the edge of the Bubbles. Pretty neat. I'm not going to touch it. I'm heading back down now and gonna get in the Jeep, head back to camp, grab some grub, settle in for the night. Looks like we got about half a cup. Well, that was a much needed hot shower after yesterday's sweaty hike. And I'm gonna grab my razor and do a little shave, and I'll feel like a new person. Leftover fajita omelets this morning. Well, leftover fajita and eggs equals leftover fajita omelets. What's that? Oh, you know, I went to, I just walked along.
That's my camp neighbor, Jim.
The beach, like Otter Cliffs.
We struck up an acquaintance over the 3 days at Mount Desert. He and his family have been coming here for 2 decades.
Right, oh, they were, when the mountains, yes.
I basically just tried to soak up as much as I could from his years of experience here. It's something we all know about traveling.
There was one rung on the south.
That you'll always remember the people you meet on the journey, and that they add more than they ever know to your experience.
Yeah, you've got to get out there.
So thanks to Jim and his family for the shared moments.
Absolutely, same here.
Unlike the North Maine woods, Acadia is definitely not off the grid. So here, I just enjoyed exploring in tourist mode. And being on the Maine coast, one thing I hadn't yet enjoyed was this area's most popular product, which was the reason I stopped in Southwest Harbor at the bottom of Somes Sound.
I've been told it's the best lobster roll on Mount Desert Island.
Well, that was Sand Beach, really cool beach in Acadia, NP, and heading back to camp for one more night and have a paddle and a dinner.
Okay, let's just get my vest buckling job out of the way here. I guess I shouldn't film and buckle at the same time.
I've only camped in the Jeep for 3 days max, and this trip is 11. So it's also a test, how long can I sustain living out of the Jeep? And I found the answer was about 4 to 5 days. Still wouldn't have missed it. Glad I experienced it. Probably my last camp cooked meal of this trip. So we're going out with something I picked up at Hannaford a couple days ago back in Millnocket. Southern barbecue, pork tenderloins, green beans, and a pat of seasoned butter. On the beans,
There are two hatches. I've got one open right now. I usually just open up the one over the driver's side back seat, leaving the passenger's side like always down and always with my sleeping bag here. The Ursa Minor itself has power coming from the main battery. There's a main center light right here, which is super bright and actually very clinical. But then these two reading lights left and right are great, like great quality light and super easy to turn on and off. The other light source right now is the lantern I've brought up. I really like that lantern. In terms of other power outlets, there's 12 volts in one corner. You've got the USB in the other corner. This is the bug mesh, so if you want to have air come in but not let bugs in, it opens from this corner here. And then there's also the entire panel layer over here. There, I caught you guys. I don't know if you can see this, just barely, but there's another layer of zippers which opens up the entire panel from this corner, so I can go out if I have an emergency. I usually leave this hatch open at night in case I forget anything downstairs or I need to get more water or something. And there's plenty of space just sleeping on one side. I usually use the door handle, which is open, or the actual back seat, which is why one benefit of keeping the 40% seat using the goose gear 60% delete, but keeping the driver's side rear seat. And that's about it. I'm a little worried about this ankle right here. It's pretty swollen and tight. I'm definitely going to get that checked out tomorrow. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow for one more day or maybe two, depending on what happens with my ankle. All right, good night.
Well, I would say if you've got kids or you've got grandkids and you like hiking, paddling, activities in an absolutely beautiful natural setting, then book a site at Mount Desert Campground. Now I'm on my way to an urgent care. I have to look after my ankle. No fracture.
Well, Portland is beautiful, and I wish I had more time to stay. I'll have to come back some other time. I've had some great memories, and I've had a few surprises, dare I say unwanted surprises. But overall, I'm going to take away some amazing memories from this trip that will last a long, long time.
Well, this is the Overlander stealth camping spot that I was going to stay at the first night almost 2 weeks ago. Would things have gone any differently had I stayed here? But I do feel like I've lost about 10 pounds on this trip. So I'm eager to kind of get back to routine, get back to the gym, get back into the work rhythm, at least for now. If you guys have followed all the way through on this Maine adventure, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you join me on future adventures.